It might not feel like it, but the Ather energy story is now nearly a full decade old. You see, Ather has turned 10, and to celebrate, it has rolled out what it calls the best version of its best electric scooter so far. Right next to me is the 450 Apex, and I'm going to tell you all about it, how it looks, how it feels to ride. But wait, before we get started, why don't you hit the subscribe button so you keep getting all the updates regularly from Car and Bike, and also make sure to hit the bell icon so you are notified every time we upload a new video. Now come with me as I tell you all you need to know about the 450 Apex. Design-wise, the 450 Apex doesn't really break away from the 450X we've come to see and like over the years, but it does wear a special paint scheme. This is wearing Indian blue paint, which Ather says is one of the newest blue shades discovered in years and years. And it also has this two-layer effect, so there is a little bit of lavender on the inside. The paint scheme also has a satin type finish, which adds a premium feel to the scooter. You will see that it has a contrast orange paint, which has been used for the wheels, for the logos, as well as for the frame. And speaking of the frame, as you may have noticed by now, the Apex has these translucent side panels. They are clearer than the panels we saw first on the Series 1, and they do give you a pretty good look at the orange frame, which will satisfy the secret KTM fan inside of you. And there's also the Ather word mark. There's a new Ather word mark, which is more prominent, looks a little bit sharper. Along with that, Ather has also changed the graphics on the digital cluster, and this now matches the color scheme of the scooter itself. Also, when you buy this, you will get tire pressure monitoring as standard. One of the areas that Ather was keen to sharpen up the 450 Apex on was performance, and to that effect, Ather has given the scooter a slightly more powerful motor. Now it produces a peak 7 kilowatt. It's not that much of a step up from the standard 450X, but when you get on the scooter and ride it for a little bit, you can sense the difference. We got to ride this around the go-kart track for a few laps last night, and we were also able to ride it on the road for a brief period today. And what I can tell you is this is exactly how you expect the 450X to be, except this now has an evolved Warp mode. It's named Warp Plus, and Ather says that this gives you even better roll-on acceleration. The 0 to 40 kilometers an hour time has also improved to 2.9 seconds, which is a nearly half-second improvement on the standard 450X's time. And from 40 to 80 kilometers an hour is where you really feel the difference, because the scooter pulls really hard, and Ather says it might take less than 4 seconds to go from 40 to 80, which is pretty impressive. Also, this scooter can finally touch 100 kilometers an hour. I've done it, and I can tell you that you will be able to do it as well, as long as you're able to find an open enough stretch of road. Otherwise, this is exactly like the 450X we've come to enjoy over the years. It feels light, it's nimble, it grips well, it feels agile in the corners, and you will definitely have a ball of a time riding it. Another interesting inclusion on the Apex is advanced regenerative braking, which Ather has dubbed Magic Twist. You basically apply negative throttle input to slow down, but on the Apex, it's powerful enough to bring the scooter to a complete halt without requiring any brake lever inputs. This is enabled by Ather's in-house motor controller, and is the primary reason why the Apex has a higher range than the 450X despite the increase in power. It was fun to try and ride the scooter using just the throttle, but you cannot rely on Magic Twist to provide you that final degree of control over your braking. So while it's nice to have, using it in conjunction with the brake levers will take some getting used to in daily riding. The Apex genuinely represents the pinnacle of the 450 platform, the way we've seen it for years. This scooter delivers performance exactly how you would expect it to, but it does come at a pretty steep price. This includes no FAME 2 subsidy. It's a premium price for a premium scooter. And let's be honest, at this price, Ather could probably have done a little bit more to make the buyer feel a little more special, because aside from this paint job, aside from the translucent side panels and the added power, the scooter does feel more or less like the 450X we've all known. If you are a 450X enthusiast and you want to get your hands on one of these, you will only have about 8 to 9 months of time, because that's how long the scooter will be in production for. Ather will only make this in limited numbers. And I still believe that even if you can't get your hands on this scooter, you are still fine, because the standard 450X feels just as good to ride and is nearly as quick, if not as outright fast as the Apex. So, what did you make of the 450 Apex? Do you like this paint scheme? Do you like the translucent side covers? Do you enjoy the added performance? Do you think Ather could have taken this chance to do a little bit more to this scooter? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section. If you have any feedback for us, do remember to put it in the comment section as well. And if you enjoyed watching this video, found it informative, then make sure to like it and share it with your friends and family.